Good morning everyone, and we are the group 3 and we're going to discuss the chapter 3. It's all about inventory and are going to start in introduction. Kaya nga natatawag ang inventory bilang pinaka-expensive na asset dahil dito nakapaloob ang iba't ibang mga mabibigat na proseso ng isang kumpanya tulad ng produkto ng kumpanya. Di ba hindi tayo magkakaroon ng inventory kung wala tayong produkto ang isang kumpanya. Kaya din tayo nag-inventory para malaman din natin ang total revenue and asset ng isang association or organization. Ano nga ba yung inventory? Halimbawa nito ay bilihan ng bigas, 'di ba? Meron silang warehouse kung saan nilalagay ang mga stocks nilang bigas. Tapos every end of the week or month, kailangan nila i-check at bilangin ang mga natitirang bigas at kung tali ang total daily purchase sa kanila. Para ma-monitor din nila ang dapat maging total income nila every inventory. Is how to develop an inventory strategy. First, settle on a place for storing and processing your inventory. Ito yung ginagawa nila para mas mapabilis at mapadali ang proseso ng kanilang pag-inventory. Second is inventory management software program to use for your business. Example is Soho Inventory App. Ito yung halimbawa ng isang software kung saan nakakatulong para mas mapabilis ang proseso at pagbibilang ng stocks. Para din magkaroon sila ng oras para ma-double check ang product sa mabilis pa rin na paraan. 3 is set up a vendor agreement with supplier that contains details about your payments and shipping agreements. Dito naman, nagkakaroon sila ng agreement sa bawat client nila para mas maging maayos ang bawat transaction at para na din mabilis ang proseso sa bawat transaction. Dahil meron silang kasulatan kung paano ito sisimulan, mahalaga din ito para maging legal ang bawat transaction nila na gagawin para maging maayos ito. And the fourth one is set reorder point for ordering new inventory to replace sold item. Dito naman kailangan natin mag-restocks ng mga bagong item para maging continuous lang ang proseso ng isang kumpanya. Doon din natin malalaman sa pagre-restock at sa pag-inventory natin yung mga naging mabenta ba ito sa mga tao or kailangan ba natin i-improve or in-need natin baguhin ang ating produkto. 5. Aim for the higher inventory turnover. Ang sinasabi na inventory turnover naman ay tumutukoy naman ito sa tagal ng oras at lumipas sa araw kung kailan natin ibebenta at kung kailan na ito na sold. Para mas mabilis ang turnover ay mas mabilis ang proseso ng bawat transaction dahil tuloy-tuloy ang pag-inventory nito. 6 is establish a clear-cut process for getting a rid for excess and unsold inventory if your return policy has expired. Halimbawa ay isang expired na item na hindi naman pwede ilagay ulit sa market. Kaya nagkakaroon sila ng process, kunwari 7 days return, kaya maiiwasan din nila ang pag-return kung kailan lang gusto. 7 is write your inventory strategy down in your business plan to include within your business policies. Ito yung ginagawa nila ito para mas mapadali ang proseso at alam ng mga workers ang dapat maging strategy nila para mas mapagaan at mapabilis ang trabaho nila. Next is 5 inventory management strategy to improve efficiency. First is automate your inventory management system. Ito yung how most modern retailers track and organize stock, supplies, and sales. Ito yung tinatawag na manual inventory or human counting. Halimbawa nito ay yung nagtitinda ng street foods. Dahil nagkakaroon sila ng daily inventory at ginagamit nila ang manual counting, ginagawa din ito para monitor nila ang mga benta nila. Next is use data analytics. Ito yung helps individual organization to make sense data. Ito yung nag-identify at nag-analyze ng iba't ibang data na kailangan at nagko-collect ng mga data na kailangan para makabuo ng product na i-inventory nila. Is use the best inventory optimization software for your business. Ito, meron itong 3 klasifikasyon. Una is manual manage inventory system. Same lang sila ng automate inventory. Same lang sila gumagamit na tinatawag na human counting para mag-inventory, kaya ito pinakamatagal na proseso ng isang pag-inventory. Next is barcode scanning system. It allows the process the large number of items including the inventory. Ito isang klase ng pag-inventory kung saan mas madali at mabilis kaysa sa manual inventory. Dahil ito, tap mo lang ang barcode sa machine, automatic na counted na ito. Third is Advanced Radio Frequency System. Is RFID is or radio frequency system guarantee an efficient by automating warehouse control and end-to-end and making them popular with large companies and thousands orders. Example is Lazada, Amazon, and Shopee. And the fourth one is integrate mobile technology. Mobile technology can improve efficient by allowing staff to interface with inventory management system using an app. Kagaya ngayon, mas naging madali ang pag-inventory nila dahil scan mo lang, meron ng result na lumalabas. Hindi ka na mahirapan mag-inventory. 5 is forecast effectively. There are two main inventory and forecasting models: the quantitative forecasting and qualitative forecasting. The quantitative forecasting is the method involved using the past sale data to predict the future. The qualitative forecasting is the method involves the predicting demand based on these measurable factors such as potential demand and market force. And next is inventory policy. Dito sa inventory policy, pinapatupad ang pagkakaroon ng no return policy para maiwasan ang pagkakaroon ng waste sa product at pagkakaroon din ng kakulangan sa stock. Kaya dapat sila maging mahigpit sa pag-inventory para maging aware din ang mga workers sa bawat policy na pag-inventory dapat sinusunod ang proseso. And let's proceed to topic 3, the types of inventory. First is raw materials, unprocessed purchase inputs, materials for manufacturing the finished good. Meron itong dalawang types, the direct and indirect materials. Yung direct materials is example nito is sinulid, tela, yung gagawin mo from the beginning. Next is indirect materials. Ito yung batteries, light bulb. Yun yung mga example ng mga direct materials. Next is work in process. Work in process is describe materials that are partially processed but not yet ready for sales. Example nito yung bag tapos nang gawin, pero need pang i-check yung mga exist na sinulid at tela na need pa itong itrim, kaya hindi pa dapat itong ibenta. Next is the finished good. Finished good is complete products that ready for shipment. Ito yung tapos na product na pwede na nating ibenta or ipadala sa bumibili. Next is maintenance, repair, and operating. Ito yung MRO. Ito yung supplies or materials used when producing the product but not part of the product, solvent, cutting tools, and lubricants for machine. Supply is the best examples of MRO.
Good day everyone, I'm Lizelle E. Cervera, and I'm the second reporter. So let's now discuss the function of inventory. Number 1, to supply production requirement. Production or operating units needed materials that are high quality or based on product specification. Production requirements can be supplied through a variety of methods, depending on the nature of the product and complexity. Some common methods include outsourcing to third-party suppliers, using in-house staff or contractors to manufacture components, utilizing existing materials and resources from other sources, and utilizing technology such as automation for efficient production. Number 2, to meet customer demand. The projected demand of the customer must be met by production as determined by the marketing department. Customer demand is the driving force behind any successful business. Companies must be able to meet customer demand in order to remain competitive and profitable. This includes understanding what customer wants and providing products or services that meet their needs and delivering them in a timely manner. Meeting customer demand requires companies to stay up to date on current trends, anticipate future needs, and continually assess how well they are meeting those demands. Number 3, to protect against stock out of materials. To protect against stock out of materials, it is important to have a well-planned inventory system in place. To protect against stock out of material, it is important to ensure that a business has adequate inventory management system in place. This could include regular monitoring and forecasting of demand for materials, setting realistic reorder points based on lead times and production needs, as well as having a reliable supplier network with appropriate delivery windows. Number 4, the decoupled production operation. Decoupled production is a type of manufacturing process that separates the production and consumption operations. Decoupling production operation is a manufacturing process that separates the production of components into distinct stages. This allows for more efficient and streamlined processes as each stage can be optimized independently of the other. By decoupling production operation, manufacturer can reduce costs, improve quality control, and increase productivity. Next topic is advantages and disadvantages. Advantages. Wholesale pricing is usually a discounted rate offered to retailers who buy in bulk. Wholesale pricing is the process of offering products at lower price than those typically found in retail stores. This type of pricing can be beneficial to both of businesses and consumers, as it allows business to purchase goods in bulk for a discounted rate while allowing consumers to buy items at lower prices. Wholesale pricing also encourages competition between retailers by providing them with an incentive to offer competitive rates on their products. Fast fulfillment is a logistics process that allows companies to quickly and efficiently deliver products and services to their customers. Fast fulfillment is a type of logistics service that focuses on quick delivery of goods. It involves streamlining the supply chain process to reduce the delays and ensure customers receive their order as quickly as possible. This includes using automated systems, specialized software, or other methods to speed up the other fulfillment processes from start to finish. Low risk of shortage is a term used to describe an item or resources that is unlikely to experience any shortage in the near future. Low risk of shortage means that there is a low chance of experiencing a shortage in the near future. This can be due to several factors such as increase in production capabilities, sufficient inventory levels, and high demand for the product or services. Low risk of shortage also indicates that current supply will meet expected demand without any problems. Full shelves. Shelves in inventory is the process of tracking and managing items on shelves in a store or a warehouse. Shelves that are full can be a sign of success in business. They indicate that customers are buying the product being sold and that the store is doing well financially. Full shelves also create inviting atmosphere for shoppers as they can see all of the available options at once. Additionally, having full shelves creates an impression of abundance and variety, which may encourage customers to buy more than one item or return future purchases. Next is disadvantages. Obsolete inventory is inventory that is no longer usable or valuable. Obsolete inventory is inventory that is no longer useful or marketable. This could be due to a variety of reasons such as changes in customer demand, technological advancement, or the expiration of a product shelf life. Obsolete inventory can also include items that have become outdated due to changing tastes and trends. Storage costs vary depending on the type of storage solution and the amount of data being stored. Storage costs refer to the cost of storing materials, goods, and documents. These costs include renting storage space as well as purchasing necessary supplies such as shelving units, filing cabinets, or other organizational tools. Storage costs also include labor expenses associated with packing and organizing items for storage. Potential insurance costs and loss. The potential insurance costs and losses associated with a business venture depend on the type of venture, its size and scope, the risk involved, and other factors. Insurance cost refers to the amount of money that a business pays for an insurance policy, such as a liability insurance or property damage insurance. Insurance protects businesses from unforeseen losses due to accident, natural disaster, and other events outside their control. If a business does not have adequate coverage, it could suffer substantial financial losses in the event of an accident. Tying up capital is the process of investing resources into long-term investments or assets that are not immediately liquid. Tying up capital inventory is the process of investing money in inventories that are not immediately available for sale or use. This means companies must invest their time, money, and resources into holding on the products that cannot be sold right away. By tying up capital inventory, businesses can make sure they have enough stock to meet customer demand without having purchased new items too frequently. Next is dependent demand and independent demand. Dependent demand is the demand for a product or service that is driven from the demand for another product or service. Dependent demand is a type of inventory demand where the quantity of an item demanded is dependent on the demand for another item. This means that if there is an increase in demand for one product, then the demand for other related items will also go up. For example, when a customer buys a car, they may also require accessories such as seat covers, floor mats, and air freshener to customize their vehicle. In this case, the demand for these accessories are dependent on the sale of cars as customers will only buy them if they purchase a car first. Independent demand is defined as the demand for a product or service that is driven by customer needs and preferences. Independent demand is the demand for goods and services from customers that must be met in order to satisfy their needs. It is driven by the customer desire for a product or service rather than by any other external factor such as advertising, campaign, or seasonal change.
Good day everyone, my name is Johanna Mayreteban and I am the third reporter in our group. Our topics for discussion today are Topic 7, Single and Multiple Period Inventory, Topic 8, Inventory Cost, and Topic 9, Inventory Model. I will be discussing each of these topics. Topic 7, Single and Multiple Period Inventory, developed for known deterministic variable demands under limited available budget. Multi-period models are used for items that can be stocked for long periods of time, and demand in subsequent periods can be satisfied from the inventory. Multi-period inventory is a type of inventory system that tracks the amount of stock on hand over multiple time periods. This system can help businesses better manage their supply chain by providing more accurate and timely information about current levels of inventory. It also allows them to make decisions based on future demand and anticipate any potential shortages or surpluses. Next is single period inventory. Some finished goods inventories have very short selling seasons. Single period inventory is a type of inventory system that requires all items to be sold or disposed of in one accounting period. It does not allow for the carrying over of unsold stocks into the next accounting period and requires businesses to accurately forecast their future demand and adjust their ordering accordingly. The most famous example is the newsboy or news vendor problem, in which the demand for newspapers for a given day is random. There is a cost of overstocking of unsold papers and understocking. The objective is to minimize the expected daily cost, and the decision variable is the number of papers to buy for reselling. This model is useful for any other item that cannot be stocked to be sold in another period. You have to sell it during the period or it is wasted. Many products fit this category. Christmas trees, Halloween costumes, or any other item during special day or event theme. Now, let's move on to our next topic, which is inventory cost. What is inventory cost? Inventory cost refers to all the costs associated with holding and the management of inventory. Here are the following costs that must be considered. Holding or carrying cost. It is the amount that a business spends on holding inventory over a period of time. Carrying costs are usually 15% or 30% of the value of a company's inventory. It includes the cost of renting the warehouse where the stock is kept, operating the warehouse, paying the salaries of the employees working at the warehouse, any loss of inventory due to theft and damage, and insuring the inventory. Building rent and warehousing expenses, including overheads such as electricity, lighting, and temperature control, are part of carrying costs. Why is it important to calculate and know how to minimize carrying costs? Is that because if we know how to calculate and know how to minimize carrying costs, it helps a company reclaim money tied up in inventory and increase its profits. It tells the company how long they can keep their inventory before they start losing money over unsaleable items. Also, it shows how much use they need to sell and buy in order to maintain appropriate inventory levels. Second is setup or production change cost, incurred when production or assembly lines are changed. Setup costs or production change costs are expenses incurred when a company changes its production process. This includes the cost of new equipment, materials, and labor associated with revamping the factory or other production to accommodate the new product. Setup costs can also include any additional fees related to training employees on how to use the new machinery or software necessary for producing the changed product. For example, when the manufacturing department has to change equipment for a different product or part to be manufactured, setup costs will be incurred. Here in setup costs, there are two component costs, fixed and variable. In a production setup, the fixed cost will include the cost of the capital equipment used in tearing down the production line, used for the old items, and setting up the machine for the new items. The variable costs in production setup include the personal cost in changing over production as well as the consumable material used in the tear down and setup. The longer the production tear down and setup takes, the higher the variable cost. Third is ordering cost. The expenses of the company incurs to purchase and receive the production it stocked in its inventory. Ordering costs are the costs associated with placing an order for goods or services. These costs include the cost of processing, preparing, and submitting orders, handling returns, and any other administrative tasks related to ordering. They also may include shipping charges, insurance fees, taxes, and customs duties. Ordering costs can be significant when a company places large orders on a regular basis and must account for them in its budget planning process. And the last is shortage cost. It's incurred by an organization when it has no inventory in stock. Shortage costs are the additional costs incurred by a business due to an inadequate supply of goods or services. These costs can include lost sales and revenue, increased cost or production, labor overtime pay, and storage fees. For example, if a company runs out of its product during peak seasons, it may have to rush order more inventory from suppliers at higher cost than usual. This would be considered a shortage cost as the company had to spend extra money in order to meet customer demand. To conclude, someday when you have your own business, understanding the 4 categories of inventory Cost will help your businesses to identify what works and what doesn't. You are then able to provide an analysis of your current position. Our next topic is topic 9, inventory models. Inventory models are mathematical models used to determine the optimal quantity of inventory that a business should hold in order to maximize its profits or minimize its cost. These models can be used to plan and control inventory levels, as well as predict future demand for products and services. This topic will discuss the different types of inventory models. The economic order quantity model is a calculation companies perform that represents their ideal order size, allowing them to meet demand without overspending. Inventory managers calculate EOQ to minimize holding costs and excess inventory. Economic order quantity is useful metric for businesses that buy and hold inventory for manufacturing, resale, internal use, or any other purpose. Businesses that follow EOQ look at all costs related to purchasing and delivery, while also factoring in demand for the product, purchase discounts, and holding costs. The economic order quantity model is a mathematical formula used to determine the optimal order size that will minimize total inventory cost. It takes into account ordering and holding costs, as well as the cost of goods sold. The EOQ model helps companies decide how much inventory to order at one time in order to reduce their overall cost associated with inventory management. The EOQ formula calculates the ideal number of units to be ordered so that ordering and carrying costs are minimized while still meeting customer demand for products or services. By using an EOQ model, businesses can ensure they have enough product on hand without overstocking and incurring extra expenses related to storage and handling. Why is economic order quantity important? Economic order quantity is a key metric in every organization's sustainability because ordering too much can lead to high holding costs and take resources away from other business activities, like marketing that could further boost sales or reduce costs. Next is the quantity discount model. The quantity discount model or price break model is one variation of the classic EOQ model. It is a price reduction designed to induce large orders. It is an incentive offered to a buyer that results a decreased cost per unit of goods or materials when purchased in greater numbers. Example, by selling in a larger quantities, the seller can increase their revenues per transaction, or RPT. The vendor can also scale quantity discounts in steps, with lower per unit prices at higher quantities, to encourage bulk buyers. For instance, a coat maker that employs steps in its pricing strategy could offer coats at $20 each, 5 for $90, and 10 for $160. And the last model is the economic manufacturing quantity model. The economic manufacturing quantity or production order model is another variation of the classic EOQ model. It determines the quantity a company or retailer should order. The economic manufacturing quantity or EMQ model is a decision-making tool used in production and inventory. It helps determine the optimal order quantity for a given product, taking into account both fixed costs associated with setting up and running the manufacturing process, as well as variable costs related to stocking and carrying inventory. The EMQ model attempts to minimize total cost by balancing these two types of expenses against each other. These techniques can be used to reduce overall lead times, increasing efficiency of operations and lower storage requirements.
Good day, my name is Anabel Amado. Ngayon, tapos na tayo sa ating topic 1 to topic 9. So ngayon, focus naman tayo sa topic 10, which is the inventory management. So ano nga ba ang inventory management? So sa madaling salita, ang inventory management ay isa itong proseso na kung saan minomonitor natin ang paglabas at pagpasok ng inventory or yung stocks natin. So, masyado siyang malawak, depende kung gaano ka-complex yung negosyo na pinapatakbo natin. Then, basically, it involves ordering and receiving. So, syempre, once na na-receive na natin yung stocks natin or yung order natin, the next thing is storing. So, doon na pumapasok yung idea ng pagmamonitor at yung paglilista. Then, after nun, kasama na rin dito yung pag-issuance and going back to the process of pre-ordering. And the next one is the manufacturing organization. So, dito may dalawang klase. Una ay ang flow shop and the last one is the job shop. So, una dito ay ang flow shop. So, ano nga ba ang flow shop? So, sa madaling salita, ito yung proseso na one way lang or may specific sequence na sinusunod from step 1 to step 5. Then, niraran lang siya through machine. And the other thing is standardized product yung ginagamit dito. Standardized meaning, kahit na iba-iba yung manufacturer or gumawa sa kanya is same function lang. So, isa ng halimbawa dito, kung nakikita nyo sa monitor, meron tayong diyang Everready, Energizer, Duracell. So, itong mga battery nito ay ginagamit natin siya sa mga laruan, sa mga relo, sa calculator, at marami pang iba. Pero kung papansinin nyo, ay iisa lang yung function niya, kahit na iba-iba yung mga branded na yun niya. And the last one is the job shop. So, yung dito naman ay customized product. Customized means made to order. So, ibig sabihin, iba-iba yung product na pinoproduce. Depende sa needs and wants ni customer. Then, hindi siya katulad ng flow shop na continuous. So, isa na halimbawa dito ay ang gown. Kung makikita nyo sa monitor, wedding gown. So, inaabot siya ng weeks, months, or days kapag nagpagawa si customer. Kasi, depende yan sa gustong kalabasan ni customer. Then, the other information ay tinatawag din siyang high mix with low volume. High mix meaning different customers, different needs and wants. And low volume of production. So, sa effective inventory management, yung inventory management, without this, nagkakos ito na different problems. So, nakakatulong din ito para malaman kung ilan yung mga on-hand products na meron tayo. And kung ilan yung magagawa natin within those stocks para makabuo ng finished product. Then, para maiwasan na rin yung ma-stock out or ma-overstock. Next is the three key aspects. So, una dito ay ang time of delivery. So, dito dapat alam mo kung kailan darating yung mga in-order mong stock bago yung araw na paggawa ng mga finished product para maiwasan yung waste of time at yung labor expenses. And the second one is the processing time until goods are finished. So, dito naman, dapat may idea ka rin kung ilan na yung products na napoproduce mo at ready na for the shipment. Ito yung hindi pwede na gawa ka lang ng gawa na hindi mo minomonitor kung ilan na yung natatapos mo at ready na for shipment. And the last one is the number of units required at one particular period. So, sa madaling salita, dapat is maging stick to one ka lang. Kumbaga, kung ilan lang yung kinakailangang stock para makapag-produce ka ng finished product is iyon lang i-orderin mo. Hindi yung lagi ka lang ng pasobra. So, kapag nangyari yun, yung number one na mangyayari is ma-overstock ka. So, syempre, once na overstock ka, assume na natin na maraming possibilities ang mangyayari na pwedeng ma-expired or masira. Next is the consequences of not having inventory management. So, yung topic nito is wala siya sa module. Kumbaga, dinagdag ko lang for the other information. So, yung una dito ay ang loss of sales. So, if you are closely monitored sa inventory mo, ay may iwasan natin yung item 86. So, ano nga ba ito? Yung item 86 meaning is out of stock. So, magbibigay ako ng halimbawa. So, isa na nga dito ay ang Jollibee. So, imagine na out of stock ka ng burger steak or ng pepper garlic steak. So, ngayon, si customer gusto niya ng burger steak. So, yun nga out of stock tayo ng burger steak. So, ang mangyayari, sabi ni customer, ay yung kalasa niya na lang, which is yung garlic pepper. So, ayun, di tayo makapag-produce dahil nga kulang ingredient natin. So, expect na natin na magagalit si customer. So, sa part pa lang na yun, ang laki ng kawalan yung nangyari. Dahil, unang-una sa lahat, hindi na natin na-meet yung needs and wants ni customer. And pangalawa is, may possibility na kumain na lang siya sa ibang restaurant. So, imagine, kung palaging mangyayari yun, yung kakain siya sa ibang restaurant is sobrang laking kawalan yun sa ating sales. And the second one is the increased cost. So, connect naman natin ulit yung ginawa nating example para maging connected. So, dahil nga out of stock ka, syempre, pupunta ka sa pinakamalapit na retailer. So, expect na natin na mas mataas yung price nun compared sa kinukuhanan mong supplier. So, dahil doon, tataas yung food cost mo. So, kung dati sa halagang 35 ay nakakabenta ka ng 500 pieces, so ngayon, dahil nga tumaas, naging 75 pesos, ay naging 300 na lang. So, lagi nating tatandaan na pag mataas yung cost mo, mas maliit yung profit margin mo. And for the last one is the imbalance inventories. So, dito, once na wala kang inventory system, is magiging mahirap para sa'yo na orderin yung kinakailangan mong bilhin sa supplier mo. There are two things happen. It's either na ma-overstock ka or ma-out of stock ka. Ito yung order ka ng order without knowing na marami ka pang available. Then, yung mga kinakailangan mong orderin ay hindi mo na-order. So, tapos na tayo sa topic 10. Ngayon, focus naman tayo sa topic 11, which is the inventory control. So, yung inventory control ay tinatawag din siyang control stock. So, from the word of control, ay sila yung mga nagko-control at nagmamanage sa mga inventory. And, ina-ensure na nasa optimal or balance yung kanilang amount sa mga different areas like warehouse. So, marami sa atin yung mga nalilito or nagtataka kung ano yung pinagkaiba ni inventory control at ni inventory management. So, explain ko lang siya. So, sa inventory control ay already available na yung stock niya. Kumbaga, nakalocated na siya o nakalagay na siya sa mga different areas. Then, yung mga tanong na pumapasok dito ay ano yung product na nandoon at saan siya nakalocated. Kumbaga, sa madaling salita, ina-ensure nito na nasa good condition at naka-organize ito. So, sa inventory management naman, kung kanina sa inventory control ay already available na, dito naman ay o-orderin pa lang yung product. Then, dito din pumapasok yung pag-forecasting. So, yung mga tanong naman dito ay ano yung mga product na o-orderin at magkano ito. Then, dito, tinutulungan tayo upang maiwasan ang pag-overstock o yung ma-run off stock tayo. So, dito naman sa advantages of inventory control ay marami tayong benefits na makukuha kapag computerized inventory control. So, unang-una dito ay increased profitability. Then, yung pangalawa is having enough stock on hand so that you don't run out. So, ibig sabihin, once na may computerized inventory control tayo, ay nakakatulong ito para malaman natin kung ilan na lang yung mga available stock at ilang finished product yung mapuproduce within those stock. Then, barcodes and inventory control labels to track inventory efficiently. So, kung makikita natin sa likod ng stock ay meron doong barcode. So, sa part na yun, once na na-punch siya or na label, ay madali na lang ito malalaman kasi dumediretso na agad siya sa database. Then, doon malalaman kung ilan na lang yung stock na available at kailan yung kanyang expiration. So, kumbaga napapadali yung isang gawain. Then, reduction or elimination of inventory write-offs. So, meaning ng write-offs ay yung mga expiration, yung mga hindi na pwedeng gamitin. So, dahil doon, natutulungan tayo na mabawasan yon. So, the last one is the ability of conduct audits more quickly and efficiently. So, dito, mas higit na napapadali yung pag-monitor natin. Hindi na yung kailangan natin isa-isahin pa natin bibilangin yung mga stock natin. Kumbaga, magiging garagal. Pero dito, sa computerized, isang sponge mo lang is dumediretso na agad sa database, napapadali yung buhay natin. So, for the summarization, So, bakit nga ba inventory yung pinakamahal? So, syempre, hindi lang yung ordinaryo na once na dumating na yung stock mo is basta-basta mo na lang siya ilalagay sa warehouse mo. So, syempre, gagastos ka dyan ng malaki. Gagastos tayo ng utilities, inspection, employees, insurance, maintenance, at marami pang iba. Then, katulad ng sinasabi ni Sir, na yung warehouse ay ginagastusan din yan. Katulad na naman ng ventilation, and kung tama ba yung temperature, and yung security niya. Then, ngayon sa inventory ay may dalawang klase. Ito yung independent at independent demand. So, yung una, yung independent demand, ay ito yung mga finished product like bicycle, computer, laptop, at marami pang iba. While yung dependent, ito naman yung mga sub-materials na bumubuo sa isang finished product or independent product. For example, sa bike, finished product, yung sub-material niya is yung gulong, manibela, at marami pang iba. Then, for the inventory management, ay nakakatulong ito para malaman natin kung ano yung mga kinakailangan para makabuo ng mga finished product at maiwasan yung pag-overstock at ma-run off stock.